What if midlife isn't a crisis but your greatest awakening? What if your silence was mistaken for weakness but now becomes your strength? What if every scar you carry is a signal that it's time to fight differently, not harder? There comes a night when the silence screams louder than the day ever could, when the world finally shuts up and all you're left You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. But that quote doesn't sit like some philosophical soundbite anymore. It hits like a fist because now death isn't abstract. It's there in the slow walk, the back pain, the doctor visits, the to the man who gave too much, to the woman who held it all together while breaking apart in secret, to you, the one who stayed silent while your dreams were drowned out by the noise of everything that didn't matter. That silence ends now. From this moment forward, you protect what's left like a lion guards its last cub. You protect your time like it's gold. You protect your peace like it's oxygen. You protect your power because no one's handing it back. You have to rip it from the jaws of everything that stole it. What I'm about to give you isn't soft advice. These aren't rules. These are weapons. Weapons forged from fire, loss, to outgrow people without needing to announce it. They were once your person, the one who knew your scars before they became stories. You survived heartbreaks together, shared broken dreams over cheap drinks, made promises that felt eternal. But time doesn't honor nostalgia, and what you have bitterness. You don't need a confrontation, a final paragraph, or a dramatic exit. The Stoic path is colder, quieter, and far more powerful. Just walk, just evolve. Just leave the door unlocked, but never look back. Stoicism teaches you to master yourself, not others. And part of that mastery means that is useless. And the truth is this: you were never put here to be everyone's emotional landfill. You were not born to be light. You were born to live boldly, unapologetically, with fire in your bones and a line in the sand. No one is allowed to cross. Let them call you selfish. Let them say you've changed. That's just what people do, and they can no longer feast on your silence. They're not mad at your boundary, they're mad at your awakening, because now you're dangerous. Now you see who only came around when your yes was easy. You see who flinches when you finally choose yourself. And here's where stoicism becomes armor. You don't need to explain your standards to those who never respected them to begin with. You don't need to justify your limits to people who always benefited from your lack of them. You don't owe anyone an apology for protecting your soul. You owe yourself the version of you that no longer trembles when it's time to say no. And if your boundary costs you a relationship, let it burn, because anything real, anything pure doesn't get destroyed by self-respect. It gets strengthened by it. Let your no echo like thunder. Let it shake the fake love from your life. You've like a hotel room, forgetting this isn't temporary lodging. This is your final address. You don't get to trade it in. You don't get a spare. So, start treating it like sacred ground, like it holds every chapter you've yet to write, because it does. That shoulder pain, that gut fatigue, that winded breath from walking stairs. The fire that burns in you, just to watch them water it down with their judgment. You can stop pleading with people who thrive on misunderstanding. People who feed off twisting your words and turning your clarity into chaos. You're not a puppet to their confusion. And here's the brutal truth. You are not responsible for their broken lens. After you get this, silence is strength, not weakness. When you stop justifying every breath you take, you unlock a power that's been waiting in the shadows. That's their validation. But here's the truth. When you can't hear your own voice, you're lost. But when you sit alone in the dark, in the silence, that's when your soul roars. That's when you begin to face what you've been running from. The things you buried deep in the corners of your mind. The desires, the pain, the things you were too scared to admit. That's when you remember who you are. When you stop hiding behind the facades you've built for others and finally stand in the rawness of your truth. Solitude doesn't punish you, it shocks. Without the noise. Disconnect from the world so you can reconnect with yourself. Don't fear the quiet. That's where the soul is rebuilt. That's where you become unbreakable. Because the person who can stand alone in the silence and the storm, they are the ones who cannot be torn apart. Number 6. Let go of old versions of you that no